We continue with Madiba and his legacy here in the kitchen. We've been remembering his favorite dishes throughout the week, and right now we have chocolates. We have so much chocolate in the kitchen right now with Pete Gotkins, and he was Tata Madiba's personal chef during his stay in London. And you've got a very special story, Pete. You came through earlier this week. You made one of Madiba's favorite dishes, chicken curry, and you had this little chocolate dessert with it. And I'm so glad we're unpacking that right now.
You know, the time I spent with him was really, really special. I didn't get a lot, but I got a huge amount compared to some people.
Yes.
And I was very fortunate to be asked to do some recipes for the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund. And one of the things we came out is, do we do brownies? Do you do blondies? How do you show a child what the new South Africa is all about?
Through something,
and we came up with this, which we call Madibas.
Nice.
And it's a brownie and a blondie put together, so the white chocolate chips in a brownie. And that's what we use to show the kids the integration of our new country.
That is brilliant, and they look absolutely delicious. I can see everyone around you just staring at this tower of Madibas. Don't worry, there's enough for everyone to go around. Okay, but what we're making today is a very special chocolate mielie meal pudding. And there's a very special story behind that as well.
You know, this chocolate that we've just melted here with a Stork margarine, we're just going to pour that in. Okay. If I can ask you just to scrape that out for me.
No
just
worries.
take
Here
this,
we go.
Scrape that out. We were asked to make a dessert that represented the new South Africa. So my brief was very, very simple. Make a dessert without an Afrikaner base.
Okay.
You've got, in the main courses we had, and the starters, we had something that had Afrikaner influence, and we were trying to represent, and in our black cultures, desserts don't feature. Sorry, I'm just adding the mielie meal here.
So tell me quickly before we carry on, what is exactly in here now? So
Okay,
just the
so
viewers can get out.
I've got butter and sugar.
Okay.
Butter and chocolate, which we've melted.
Yes.
Taken the egg yolks, the whole eggs, whisked the sugar in with that.
Okay.
Folded the chocolate and the egg together.
Yep.
Now I'm putting the mielie meal in.
All right, which is obviously your substitute for what? Flour.
For flour, absolutely. And in the dessert, we needed to, and we looked at the biggest staple, which was mielie meal. And I thought, hell, we're not using this key ingredient anywhere in our meal. How do I present it to kings and queens and a Western audience?
Yes.
And we're doing this, and this is what came out.
This is how it came out, and I think this is, you know, this is not really traditional. I love it.
You know, it's a fabulous thing, and I always said, you know, anybody's going to eat mielie meal after this, you know.
Especially if it's like enclosed in chocolates. I mean, look at that. Yeah. You want to say it looks good enough to eat, but it really is good enough to eat. You can make your own chocolate mielie meal pudding at home. Try it for the festive season. SMS the keyword STORK to 33728. We'll send you on the Pick and Pay shopping list and a link to the recipe.
So we've got some of these in the oven now. So all you do is you have a little mold sprayed out with a release agent, and we just pour the chocolate. I find it much easier just pouring it in like this, let it settle. And again, you know, you've got like a 3-week shelf life on these puddings in a fridge.
Okay.
So, you know, it makes life very easy. Kids come home from school and you want to do that. And, you know, got a couple of them that are about to come out the oven here.
All right.
We've got,
you can see them sizzling away there.
We've got them just starting to rise.
Okay.
And that's obviously red hot.
Yeah.
And you just tease them. I'm just going to dab some of the oils off there.
Okay.
Oopsie. And it's literally just a turnover.
Oh.
Could have maybe gone a minute longer.
But still, I mean, look at it. It's still so moist inside, and the chocolate's kind of just oozing out.
You know, if you want to just be fancy, there you go.
I mean, this is a winner.
And, you know, this we've served for up to 5,000 people in big banquets. The state banquet that we originally did this in was in the Dorchester Hotel. So I was very privileged to work with some of the most amazing chefs in the world, but representing our country and obviously the great man himself.
Must have been a phenomenal time in your life just to be so close and working with us, and then putting this dessert in front of, I mean, you know, people like that. I mean, this must have been, and I'm sure they loved it.
Yeah.
They must have
and you
been
know, we
blown away.
got this, I mean, this dessert's been served to Bill Clinton, Putin, Jacques Chirac, the Queen, numerous other celebrities and people around the world, and it's just,
once again,
chocolate wins.
Once again, makes you proud to be a South African. Here's a quick recap if you've missed any of the steps.
Grease molds, then dust with cocoa and refrigerate. Melt chocolate and margarine. Whisk together eggs and caster sugar. Mix in the chocolate and butter. Fold in mielie meal and flour. Pour into molds, then bake at 200 degrees for 7 minutes.
And the keyword, once again, Stork to 33728. We'll send you on the Pick and Pay shopping list and a link to the recipe, and you could make your very own chocolate mielie meal pudding for this festive season. Pete, thank you so very much just for coming and sharing those stories with us. I mean, it's been such a pleasure. And thank you so very much. So I'm going to dig into this. We're going to be taking a very quick ad break, and afterwards you can look forward to a phenomenal performance by the gorgeous ladies of Blackbird. Stay tuned.